Welcome to Advanced Google Session 5, Google Slides. In this session, we will learn about some add-ons for Google Slides and some interesting features. First, let's talk about the features. 4 really important ones that are super useful are creating a master slide, using word art, using the new question and answer feature, and how you can add closed captions. Let's take a look at how you create a master slide.
We can create a master slide in Google Slides so that I don't have to edit every single slide in a presentation? Sure we can. Let me walk you through it. First, log into Google Drive. From there, choose from the various pre-designed themes and layouts. You can also edit these themes and layouts, which allow you to use custom slide designs again and again throughout your presentation. The master slide for a theme contains the defaults for text styles used throughout the presentation. The background and any other shapes on the master slide make up the default background for all slides, regardless of their layout. Let's create the master slide with a title and the Google logo. Here, you can see the layout slides listed under the master slide. Layouts determine how content is arranged on each type of slide. Now, let's create our presentation. Here's the first slide. Notice it is using content from the master slide we previously created. Now I am using one of my layout slides to create our second presentation slide. Here we are using a layout that keeps the master slide header throughout, but gives us the ability and room to enter whatever content is needed. Now our presentation is completed. Let's take a look.
Take a look at word art. You might be familiar with word art if you've used it in Microsoft Word or even in Google Docs. It is an interesting way to add text to your slides and have different options for how you want the text to be shaped.
Hi, this is Richard Byrne. In this video, we're going to take a look at the difference between word art and font in Google Slides. So you can see here I already have my Google Slides going, and let's just say I want to put in a little text box here, and I'll put in my text box, and this is a pretty standard font that we're going to use now. We'll just go in and we can start writing. This is standard font. Now, of course, if I wanted to highlight it and make it a different size, or make it a different style altogether, I can go in here. Maybe I want to use my lobster font. I am from Maine after all. Or if I want to find even more fonts, I'll go to the More Fonts menu and pull up that gallery and add those in. And you see now we have all these other fonts that we can browse through and we can use. Now I'll resize this box here. And one of the things that happens with standard fonts, or just putting font into the slide, is that if I decide to reposition this later, you'll see that the font itself never changes size, it just moves around a bunch. So I can put it over there, and now we're back to where we were before. The difference is that if I use word art, so we'll go to the insert menu and select word art and say this is word art. So now this is word art in word art, and if I click and drag and move it to different sizes, you'll see that the word art just changes the font or the letters to still fit within that box. It doesn't create new lines, it just shrinks or expands as needed. Of course, I can also now further customize the word art. So if I wanted to go in and, let's say I want to make my word art line color a little different. I can make it red around the outside, and I can make the line weight a little bit different. And if I want to fill it in, okay, or I want to change the dots, I can do that. I can do my fill. I can do a nice green background on it, and I'll make those dots solid again. So that's the difference between word art and using just typical font inside Google Slides. For more tips and tricks.
So now that you've seen the difference between word art and font and why you would want to use word art instead of using font sometimes, I just want to go over again the features of word art. On the insert menu, you click on it and you pick word art. You type whatever text you want in, so just say I'm going to put in my name and hit enter. When I click on my word art, I have the different choices on my menu choice. Fill color fills in the letters. Line color is what the outline is going to be in. Thickness of the line outline, you can make your outline thicker and even thicker. Maybe that's too thick. What kind of outline do you want? Straight lines, dotted lines, dashes, and of course, what font do you want it to be in? So you can pick any font that you want and it will apply it to your word art. So you have those different choices in word art as well. You also have format options over here where you can make like a drop shadow, and you've got some different choices, how transparent you want the shadow to be, what color you want the shadow to be, the distance, the blur. So you've got different things that you can play with in terms of your shadows. Or if you want to make some kind of reflection, see how it reflects on the bottom? More transparent, the less visible it is. But I can make it move my distance so it can be further. I can change my size so you can see more of it. And then you also have size and position. So you can change your size, your width, your height, and your position. You can do some things with rotating and flipping if you want to as well. So format options give you some other options for working with your word art. Two features, Q&A and closed captions, are to be used when you are actually presenting. Q&A allows you to do question and answers from the audience, and closed captions allows that closed captions to appear as you speak along with your presentation. Let's take a look.
Hi there, Jamie Keat here, Tonight at Teachers Tech. Hope everyone's having a great night tonight. Tonight I want to just take a quick look at some of the new features in Google Slides, especially the new questions and answer that really increases that engagement with the audience. So very quickly how it works, and all I've done is loaded up a template from my Google account. And the one thing I'd want to mention here is that I'm in my Gmail account, and it is available in there, but in my education accounts and in my business accounts, I don't see this feature yet. So like if it's like the voice typing, it might take a little bit of time to roll out for all your accounts. So if you don't see it, that might be what would be happening there. So I'm just going to go right to it right here. So I've opened up my presentation here from the template. Just click on the little down arrow and you can see we have presenter view right here. So when I click on this, it will open up for me a new tab here, which I can start the new question and answer period. So what I'm going to do is just hit the start new down at the bottom here, and then what you notice here is I'm given a URL right here. You can see I can turn it off or on at any time. So if I go back over to my presentation now, you notice across the top to give this URL. So the audience is going to see this right here, and they're going to see this URL. So if they're sitting in the audience with their devices, whether it be their phones or their tablets or their computers, they can go to this, type in this URL, and they're going to be able to get to it to get to the question part, which I'll show you in a second here. So yeah, very quickly you can turn it on and off. So I can go back and you can see it takes it off. or if I go on there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to slide over to a new window, open up my phone, and type this URL to show you what it looks like on the phone, because I'm going to guess this is what most people will be doing in the audience. So I've just got my phone open and I put in that URL, so I'm already at the page, and I'm just going to quickly type in a question. I'll just be, how long will this take? Okay, just make it simple like that, and then you can see ask as anonymously, so which I can click right there, or ask as the person that I'm logged into. So I have a choice of how I want to submit it there. So I'm going to, since I'm logged in, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to hit submit. And then you can see the question pops up there. So then the audience can actually rate the question too by giving it a thumbs up or a thumbs down to see what they're thinking about the question. So if I go back over to my presentation tools, you can see that the question is there too. So what I like now is you can actually bring these questions up to the audience. So if you notice, this is what they're seeing right now. But if I hit the present tool like this, and then I go back to my slide, the question will be on there. So if you want to bring that question right into the presentation, just click that, so you have that power when you're presenting it, and you can go back to hide, and it's there. So very simple to use. I think it's going to increase your engagement, as I said before, with your students or business partners, or it just gets that audience interacting in the presentation, keeping them a little bit more alert in it, I think, too. So the last tool I just want to show that little bit that they just added on to, that I was just playing on a little earlier. They have kind of a cool little laser pointer here, so you can see if you select that, move it around, you can kind of bring the attention using the laser pointer there. That I thought was kind of cool there. So I hope you like this little presentation today on some of the new features of Google Slides for you to have.
It is only available in the present mode, as closed captions are available when you are watching TV. So if I click on present, and you have your little menu down here at the bottom, there is CC for closed captions. Simply click on it and watch what happens. It is bringing up captions for things that I'm saying. So when you're presenting, you can turn on closed captions so people can see what's going on. And that's really basically it. So there are add-ons for Google Slides as well. And there are many different add-ons, and you can go and explore and are encouraged to explore the add-ons menu. But these were some that I really, really liked and thought were super useful and easy. A lot of the times when you're making presentations yourself or with your students, you're looking for photos. So I've got a couple photo ones here. Now, Unsplash Photos, the great thing about this Unsplash Photos is all the photos are copyright free, royalty free. You can use them and you don't even have to cite your sources. So let's take a look at how to use Unsplash Photos. Take a look at the add-on called Unsplash Photos. I'm always looking for places that kids can get images and they do not have to worry about copyright. Digital citizenship is important. It's also important to know where your resources are. So there is an add-on called Unsplash Photo. Simply highlight it once you've added it, insert Unsplash Photos, and basically it's taking you to another photo library. The greatest part is this: free to use for anything. Every Unsplash photo is high res and completely free for commercial and personal purposes. So if you want to have them make a presentation and not have to worry about the citing the sources piece, Unsplash Photo is for you. So you can simply click in the search box and just say I'm looking for a picture of fruit. Unsplash Photo, images of fruit, and I simply click on one and it will appear right on the slide you are on. And you can basically minimize the picture, copy and paste it, but Unsplash Photos, free images, no have to worry about copyright. Next add-on we're going to look at has a silly name, Magic Rainbow Unicorns, but it's super fun. Unicorn add-on is just a fun add-on that allows you to change your font of anything in a Google slide to rainbows. So once you install it, when you go to add-ons, simply start the Magic Rainbow Unicorn add-on in Slides. And here you have your different choices. It even has directions, frequently asked questions about what they're talking about. Now, you can select an element. It says select the slide.